Hey guys, it's Nicole, and today we're going to play a little game of Get the Super Old Videos Off My Hard Drive. So, this is an older Scrapbook generation Super Savers or Super Sketch Club kit. It's not the Super Saver portion, so it's either part 1 or part 2. I'm not even sure which year or which month this one is from. This I know I put together during a speed scrap session where the challenge on the boards that I participate on was you sort of took it however basically it was going to work for you, and the whole premise behind it was to just get as much as you could get done within the time frame for the challenge. And I believe that one was two-week sessions, and I think I only participated in one. And my goal was pretty much to get some scrapbook generation kits done, and I only did kits in the 2 week period, and I would have to go back and look, but I want to say I got about 22 of them done. I'm not 100% sure, but I had filmed process videos for all of them, and I only got through maybe half. So I did a quick look through my library here on YouTube and figured out which ones I had already done the process video for, uploaded, and I'm trying to go ahead and just delete those video clips and then go ahead and edit the other ones into process videos, mostly just so that I can kind of keep having videos to publish during the times that I'm not scrapping. Like this week, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get anything done, but I do need to sit down and figure out what I'm going to do for this month's monthly celebration video, so I definitely have to get something done and up before the 20th. So in the meantime, I am sort of just going through and figuring out what is taking up space on my hard drive that I can go ahead and either say, I've done the process video, I don't need the clips anymore, or let's just go ahead and edit these clips and put them into a process video. Because I have had a lot of people either send me messages or comment and say that they enjoy the process videos using the scrapbook generation kits, whether it's because they also subscribe to the different clubs and they get the kits too, or they just like seeing a more, I guess, simpler, streamlined process. And that's kind of why I like these kits. I like that I don't really have to do any of the design portion. Sometimes I will change something up, or maybe use, different sides of the paper than what they've used. I've only done it a couple times that I just couldn't deal with whatever pattern that they had used. But for the most part, I tend to stick with what the sample layout looks like. And I have said in previous videos, and I have a video on my channel of how I match photos to my kits, I tend to go with how the kit makes me feel. Outside of it being a themed kit like Christmas, fall, Easter, that type of thing, something like this, where in my mind I would file this as like an everyday layout type kit. It's not a specific theme. A lot of the cards just say like today, enjoy the little things, nothing that stands out as a specific theme. And I think when you would initially look at this line, you might think more adult subjects, or not adult subjects, but like adults in the photos, or maybe you went out to lunch with friends or something like that. Me, I will literally just kind of look at it and then look at my photos, and whatever stands out to me and makes me feel like those photos would work, that's what I go with. And I try not to overthink it, and typically I am happy with the result of what I have managed to match my photos to with the layout. And so with this one just kind of being like an everyday layout, but it did have hearts involved. So when I was scrolling through my photos, I had come across these pictures that I took of my kids. And this was, I was about to say summer based on how my daughter's dressed, but then I'm looking at how my son's dressed, and I'm like, I have no idea when this was. I want to say it was probably 2 years ago, and they were obsessed with this movie on Netflix. They had first watched it. I ended up renting it on like a digital download, and then of course a week later Netflix added it to their their kids' profile, and it's, if you have kids, you've probably watched a Tinkerbell movie, but it was Tinkerbell and the Neverbeast. And the movie starts where you're not sure who the Neverbeast is, but you're supposed to think that he's like scary, and it sort of has this like 30-second opener and his eyes pop open and they're green, and man, these kids watched this movie like every single day, and every time that they would watch it, they would sort of cuddle together for this opening scene, and then when, you know, his eyes pop open and he looks scary, it was just shrieks and laughter, you know, as soon as that scene was over. So this day, when I knew that they were begging to watch it and I was going to go ahead and put it on, I just grabbed my camera and I sat in the chair across from them and just took a bunch of pictures during the opening scene, because I knew, especially with kids and the way that they go through phases, I knew that this phase was not going to last very long. And so, of course, you know, a couple weeks later, they've moved on to something else on Netflix or some other DVD that they were going to be obsessed with. And they've sent, I think my daughter has watched this movie now, you know, a couple years later, it's still on Netflix, but they don't do this anymore. Like, they don't sit together and get excited about, you know, the spooky Neverbeast and the opening of the scene. So I'm glad that I captured, you know, this time in their lives. And like I said, I mean, I could have gone and like made my own layout and had it be Tinkerbell themed or whatever, but in the end, I love the layout. I like that I was sort of able to take this kit, get it done, get it out of my stash, and matched it up with photos and a moment that I felt like matched the paper line. So I would say, if you are struggling with matching your photos to your kits, maybe just not stress so much and just kind of go with what you feel matches. So I will catch you guys next time with another video sometime later this week. Thanks!